Rumbling subsweep like tectonic plates shifting. Reverb bursts, metallic echoes in the distance. Low cowboy whistle sample heavily bitch crutch. Single kick hit every 2 bars, teasing the earthquake to come. Warning seismic bass activity detected. Snare rolls with distorted delay, building tension. Binary click percussion bouncing left to right in stereo. Dark western style guitar riff pitched and angled. Reverse bass swells lead into the first quake. Made bass quick layer growl bass splitting like a shock wave. Glitch hop drum groove with syncopated snare smacks. Offbeat siren stabs panned white for chaos effect. Rapid fire glitch fills every 8 bars like bullets in a digital duel. Bassline cuts to minimal low hum. Dusty western guitar returns clean and atmospheric. Footsteps, sound effects echo in the distance. Run before the quake returns. Before the quake returns. Same earthquake bass, but with extra pitch bends. More aggressive drums, double kicks in some sections. Digital chain whip X to accent transitions. Brief halftime section at 2:42 before snapping back into full speeds. Into low distant rumble. Guitar and echoes slowly decay. Final glitch burst and sub-hit, then silence.
Distant digital surf sounds like an ocean made of static. Slow, heavy bass pulses at 60 BP, gradually doubling in tempo.
Robotic broadcast. Assembly glitch wave detected.
Soft shivering up, slowly get corrupted with bit crush effects.
Layered kit out until total chaos, then sudden cutoff. Distorted vocal chops glitch in and out.
Rising synthesizer, but with intentional error, skips every 2 beats. Final beat drops out into silence, then impact. Massive wobbling bassline line that constantly fizzes and cuts off. What she saw since modulated with random gate effects, mimicking crashing digital waves.
Burst glass shattering hits. Machine gun hi-hats. Every 16 bars, sound of data waves smashing against the firewall. Dark, filtered bass hum with reverse effects. Echoed female AI voice, glitch spreading.
Double speed glitch bass, like a system being rapidly overwritten. snare grooves with unpredictable fills. Layers grow thicker until total chaos, then sudden cutoff. Filtered bass tremble fades into silence. Final AI whisper of incomplete ends with distorted crash echoing into nothingness.
Distorted static and digital interference sounds, scraping synth paths with bit crush effects. Lockout detected, initiating camera. Sound-based pulses slowly build tension. Rapid boost percussion and syncopated hi-hat tenor. Rising signals with pitch modulation and bit crush. Vocal chops with chopped and distorted snippets. Sudden silence before drop for impact. Punching bass crawls layered with glitch effects. Punching cases, static snares driving forward. Complex glitch synth leads with heavy distortion. Chaotic rhythmic fills and stutters intensify energy. Those are patterns and noise. Flash echoes. More intricate glitch-based patterns with heavy modulation. The front air rolls and layers never induce. Distorted synths weave through with sharp pitch bends. And let the glitch crash and fade static. And then glitch fades and digital crackles. Track structure, built radio tuning noises. Sparse glitches, synth blocks layered over soft filter pads. Filter pads. Voice sampling locked, decoding the signal. Slow sub-bass hum underneath. Gradual introduction of jittery hi-hats and syncopated percussion. Rising glitch are bad shadows with pitch bends and bit crush effects. Modulated vocal chops scattered rhythmically. Brief pause with reverse synth sweep before the drop. Complex stuttering bassline with glitch modulation. Crips kick and snare hits punch through the mix. Lead synths warped with distortion and rapid filtering. Stereo glitch effects simulate a corrupted transmission. Soft pads and filtered bass create a breathing space. Robotic voice, whisper signal stabilizing. Intensified glitch bass with layered rhythm complexity. Rapid fire hi-hats and syncopated snares. Synth melody morph with pitch shifting and modulation. Ends with a cascading glitch. Feel glitch textures and radio static. Signal lost, transmission. Ends on a low digital buzz.
Rising heat, distortion effect with sizzling syntax. Deep pulsing bass in a tone like a reactor warming up. Metallic clicks and feel electronic hisses build tension. Whispered voice sample warning overheat detected. Crisp hi-hats and snare rolls ramp up the energy. Synth outward energy, synth powerful loathing glitch or beep. Layered rising noise and glitch effects. Sudden cut to silence before the drop. Synth sweeps add heat. Ambient synth pads with swirling filter effects. Subtle mechanical sounds and crackling static. Robotic voice sample warning overheat detected. Whispered voice sample warning overheat detected. Bass loop intensifies with EQ digital noise with bitch crush static bursts. Dark filtered synth got swelling on the sleeve. Low rumbling sub bass slowly rising. Whispered vocals and redacted rhythm. Too much percussion into which rolling subbeat slowly rising. Whispered rapid hi-hats and glitch percussion dancing with rhythm stutters. Rising picks and sharp snares driving the rhythm. Aggressive synth leads with sharp modulation and glitches. Layered glitch effects cutting through the mix. Keep some bass rumble like tectonic plate shifting. Faint crackling digital debris falling through static voids. Low pass filtered cyber synth slowly opening, revealing rising tension. Robotic whisper, the aftershock is inevitable. Building house climbing like sparks, traveling through a destroyed circuit. Percussion adds rapping metallic hi-hats, gradually increasing speed. Background whisper, sharp and sharp like corrupted data packets exploding. Endless sudden silence before the drop. Massive distorted respace, banging and wobbling violently. Kick hits like seismic pulses, this snap for metallic resonance. Synth blazing and falling sirens, symbolizing the network's collapsing code. Mid drops, blades, rain, sudden cuts to silence and bases return with double force. Sub-bass level sweep slowly, imitating aftershock tremors. Cross percussion, atmospheric wine-like effects. Low rumbling, sub-bass like an incoming storm. Sparks and static panning left to right as if data packets are colliding. Robotic whisper, firewall online, repairing Counter-Strike. Slow trap beat fades in on a glitchy fire like crackle effects. Layered hi-hats rolling at 1/3 speed with glitch stutters. Tensorizers mixed with deep tom heads, firewall pulse sound effect. Firewall every 4 beats. Silence for a split second and the drop detonates. Heavy syncopated bass wobbles sturdy but precise. Kick and stare hit like system intrusion alerts. Lead synth shrill burning tone with distortion, losing and falling like firewall flames. Every 8 bars glitch pitch vocal denied. Every 8 bars glitch pitch vocal denied. Fades out, replaced by airy synth paths and distant thunder rumbles. Alarm sirens echo in a digital reverb chamber. Threat level critical, activate bass storm protocol. Even faster drums to tempo, snare rolls and bursts like machine gun fire. Crawling bass with random pitch bends like an unstable firewall, breaking enemies apart. Laser effects sweep across the stereo field, ends with a deep booming bass hit that reverberates in the static. Rain like glitch drops fade over a soft ambient pad. Final robotic line, connection secure, bassform terminated. Ends with a fading heartbeat kick. Ends with a fading heartbeat kick. For a split second and the drop detonates. Heavy syncopated bass wobbles sturdy but precise. Kick and stare hit like system intrusion alerts. Lead synth shrill burning tone with distortion, rising and falling like firewall flames. Every 8 bars glitch pitch vocal denied. Every 8 bars glitch pitch vocal denied. Bass fades out, replaced by airy synth paths and distant thunder rumbles. Alarm sirens echo in a digital reverb chamber. Claims, deep sub bass rumbles under sparse scratchy synths. Voices that don't breach imminent.
intensifying snare rolls and hi-hats speeding up, rising synth loops with better effects. All the chops echoing, burn, burn, burn. Brief silence before the drop for impact. High bass with the growls and distortion. Explosives to snare hits, driving the rhythm aggressively. Glitch effects, ascent stabs, punctuating the flow. And high hi-hat rolls adding urgency. Atmosphere pads with filtered bass, undertones. Distant robotic voice with the spars, crippling on with your rhythm. Remixes, finally freaking in the sounds. I need a touch, listening first includes steps. In with a heavy snare, finale fading in the static. Hit the new bridge, textures of thick and snares. Final voice, digital home. Reminiscence with pulsing low bass. Soft urban ambient noises, distant horns, higher creatures. Low ebb, engage, drift, drive, ray. Gradual build of hi-hats and claps. Snappy snares and rolling hi-hats increase momentum. Signals with filter sweeps, climbing higher. Rising white noise and vocal chops echoing drive, drive. Pause right before the drop for maximal impact. Thick rolling bassline with the groovy syncopated rhythm. Chops and snaps and metallic effects and drive. Punchy kicks and claps keep the energy too tight. Glitchy fills and sweeping effects on texture. Ambient pads with subtle urban sounds. Whispered voice, drift control lost. Light percussion and filtered synths create tension. Bassline thickens with additional growl and distortion. Complex percussion patterns with triplet hi-hats and modulation. Ends with the filtered bass fade out and echoing effects. Ambient syntax dissolve with distant city sounds. Final vocal echo on map and disengaged. Climbing and fading away. Vapes climbing higher. Climbing and fading away. Drums echoing drive. Drives and white noise and vocal chops echoing drive. Drive, drive, drive. Drives and white noise and vocal chops echoing drive. Drive, 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 drive. Pause right before the drop for maximum impact. Thick rolling bassline with the groovy syncopated rhythm. Chops and snaps and metallic effects and drive. Bunchy kicks and claps keep the energy too tight. Glitchy fills and sweeping effects add texture. Ambient pads with subtle urban sounds. Whispered voice, drift control lost. Light percussion and filtered synths create tension. Bassline thickens with additional growl and distortion. Complex percussion patterns with triplet hi-hats and modulation. Synth layers build intensity with harmonies and modulation. Ends with the filtered bass fade out and echoing effects. Ambient syntax dissolve with distant city sounds. Final vocal echo on that and disengaged. Soft atmospheric synth paths like city lights shimmering in the distance. Gentle lo-fi vinyl crackle morphing into faked engine rev samples. Robotic voiced, engage drift protocol. Warm bass hum starts pulsing slowly like a heartbeat in the night. Tight snare rolls a stereo glitch sweeps. High-pitched art melodies bouncing between left and right channels. Reverse cymbal swells that feel like a gear shift before acceleration. Momentary silence before the drop when digital blip acts like a green light. Deep wobbling bass line locked into a rolling groove. Crisp hi-hats giving a drifting, side-to-side rhythm. Occasional bit crush bursts as if the road is glitching under the tires.
Main synth melody gliding up and down like smooth gear shifts. Pads return with a dreamy night drive feel. Light reverb on percussion, creating a wide open atmosphere. Robotic voice whisper, stay in the lane or break it. Drop to heavier bass with sharper transient attacks. Subtle glitch fills between every 4 bars, giving the illusion of skipping time. Melodic layers stack until it feels like full acceleration. Final 10 seconds of the drop strip back to just the bass and kick. Engine rev fades into digital distortion. Op melody slows down like a car coasting to a stop. Ends on a single, echoing synth note. Now clangs echoing a distant alley. Slow, gritty bass guitar sample filtered through distortion. Robotic announcer, some Gemlock initiated. Drum fades in with heavy compression like a heartbeat with steel boots. Ratchet like snare, most mechanical glitch pops in sync with synth apps. Baseline begins blasting like an engine about to redline. Grace on the desk before the first drop. Massive right beat drums with voltage-driven snare hits. Some bass rumbles beneath sharp syncopated riffs. 8 bars, brief glitch cuts that sound like gear shifts in overdrive. Bass drops are replaced by metallic percussive taps and static. Voice sample more urgent, lockdown complete, engage overdrive. Slaps on time, low field, double by time hats with distorted layers. Bassline morphs into a balanced engine. Distortion glitches like every other beat, giving a feeling of chaos. Ends with a massive snare hit into silence for one beat. Gradual fade of the bassline into static hiss. Robotic voice from a distance. Shadow look disengaged. Final deep bass drum closes the track. Chemical boot up sound, servo motors spinning, locking into place. Deep done hits like power relays charging up. Initiating slam core protocol. Metallic bass snaps pulses sync with warning alarms. Savage on rolls with robotic delay effects. Layers of risers, one smooth synth, one glitching instant back. Percussion introduce some military style snare cans. And with the bass slam that echoes into the drop. Snapping enemy syncopating bass slam. Short chest punching heads leads in sharp staccato block with distortion cutting through the mix. Kick and snare feel like battering rams. Every 8 bars glitch break fills, sounding like the protocol recalibrating mid-combat. Scene rolling bass, we builds tension. Robotic voice whispers fragmented command codes. Reverse symbols wells merge into mechanical reload sounds. Double layer bass, one deep suppy, one mid-range with sawtooth crits. Aggressive snare layering with metallic overtone. The 4-bar glitch breakdowns keep the drop unpredictable. Bass punch affects a hit like sonic explosions every 16 beats. Layers of risers months out, leaving filtered bass crowd fading away. Fades with the final seismic slam that reverberates into silence. Drop the links of fleet like tectonic plates shifting. Burst metallic echoes in the distance. Low cowboy whistle sample heavily bits crushed. Single kick hit every 2 bars, teasing the earthquake to come. Body seismic bass activity detected. Snare rolls with distorted delay building tension. Binary click percussion bouncing left to right in stereo. Dark western style guitar pitched and mangled. Reverse bass swells lead into the first quake. Main bass quake layer crawl bass splitting like a shockwave. Glitch out drum groove with syncopated snare smacks. Upbeat siren staff bad white for chaos effect. bars like bullets in a digital duel. Baseline cuts to minimal low hum. Dusty western guitar returns clean and atmospheric. Footsteps, sound effects echo in the distance. Falling for the brunt before the quake returns. Same rubber bass, but with extra pitch bends. Built assumption for double kicks in some sections. Digital chain whip backs to exit transitions. Brief halftime section at 2/4, snapping back into full speed. Bass fades into low, distant rumble. Guitar echoes slowly decay. Final glitch burst and sub hit, then silence. Dark western style guitar riff pitched and mangled. Reverse bass swells lead into the first quake. Main bass quake, layered crop bass clanging like a shockwave. Banjo drum groove and syncopated snare smacks. Offbeat siren stabs pad wide for chaos effect. Rapid fire glitch fills every 8 bars like bullets in a digital duel. Baseline cuts to minimal low hum. Dusty western guitar returns clean and atmospheric. Footsteps, sound effects echo in the distance. Run before the quake returns. Distant digital surf sounds like an ocean made of sonic. Heavy bass pulses at 60 BPM, gradually doubling the tempo. Robotic broadcast, system breach wave detected. Soft shimmering arcs slowly get corrupted with bit crush effects. Layered kick snare pattern that skips like a broken loop. Distorted vocal chops glitch in and out. Rising synth rise but with intentional error skips every 2 beats. Final beat drops out into silence, then impact. Massive, wobbling bassline that constantly fizzes and cuts off. Glitchy, sauce modulated with random gate effects, mimicking crashing digital waves. Clutch burst, shattering hits, machine gun hi-hats. Every 16 bars sounded down a wave, smashing against the firewall. Dark, filtered bass hum with reverse effects. Echoed female AI voice, glitch wave, playing off the curve until total chaos, then sudden cut off. Low pass, filtered bass rumble fades into silence. Final AI whisper, overrun complete. And with a single distorted crash, echoing into nothingness. Distorted static and digital interference sounds, creeping synth pads with bite crush effects, robotic voice, initiating jammering, sub-bass pulses slowly build tension, rapid glitch percussion and syncopated hi-hat center, rising cymbals with pitch modulation, rising cymbals with pitch modulation and bit crush, vocal touch of pulse lead as distorted and sits, stunning silence before a drop for impact, regressive bass growls layered with pitch effects, magic kicks and snappy snares driving forward. Complex glitch synth leads with heavy distortion. AI and rhythmic fills and stutters intensify energy. Filtered pads and ambient digital noise. Power address systems scrambled with heavy modulation. Fast high-end rolls and layered snare leading jammers. So bass pulses slowly build with shimmer. Distorted synth sweep through with sharp pitch bends. Ends with a glitch crash and fading static. Ambient glitch fades and digital crackles. Go jam complete. Ends on a low distorted beep.
Static crackles mixed with radio tuning noises. Sparkles glitchy synth trucks layered over soft filtered ads. A frequency locked, green signal. Slow sub bass hum underneath. Stationary hi-hat and syncopated percussion. Rising glitch of items with catching big touch effect. Modulated vocal chops scattered rhythmically. Buffers sing sweet before the drop. Complex turning baseline with glitchy rush lead. Crisp kick, the snare hit, punch through the mix. Lead synths work with distortion, rapid filtering. Stereo glitch effects simulate corrupted transmission. Soft hands with filtered with creative breathing space. Robotic voice whisper signal stabilizing. Intensified glitch bass with layered rhythm, complex lead, rapid fire hi-hats and syncopated snares. Symphonies run for shaping and modulation. And so with a cascading glitch, outros and radio static. Signal loss transmission needed. Things on a low digital buzz. Gradual interruption of jittery hi-hats and syncopated percussion. Rising glitch or hijack skills with pitch bends and bits crush effects. Modulated vocal chops scattered rhythmically. Brief pause with reverse synth sweep before the drop. Complex stuttering bassline with glitch modulates. Lead synth works with distortion and rapid filtering. Stereo glitch effects simulate a corrupted transmission. Stereo glitch effects simulate a corrupted transmission. Soft pads and filtered bass create a breathing space. Robotic voice whisper signal stabilizing. Explosive passive clicks and subtle glitch acts. Intensified glitch bass with layered rhythm, complex lead, rapid fire hi-hats and syncopated snares. Synth melodies morph with pitch shifting and modulation. Ends with a cascading glitch, outro, grading glitch, textures and radio static. Final voice transmission, ended. Final lost transmission ended. Ends on a low digital buzz. Rising heat, distortion effects, sizzling synth text. Deep, pulsing bass, undertone like a reactor warming up. Metallic clinks and electronic hisses build tension. Whispered voice sample warning, overheat detected. Crisp hi-hats and snare rolls ramp up the energy. Synth power fats and pitch risers and filter sweeps. Layered rising noise and glitch effects. Sudden cut to silence before the drop. Aggressive bass loop with heavy distortion and growls. Punchy kicks and sharp snares driving forward with precision. Syncopated synth stabs cutting through the mix. Dynamic glitch fills and synth sweeps add heat. Ambient synth pads with swirling filter effects. Subtle mechanical sounds Digital noise with crushed static bursts, spark, filtered, sync path swirling ominously.
Low rumbling, sub-bass slowly rising.
Whispered vocal sample, afterbird, activate, afterbird, 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 afterbird. Rapid hi-hats and push percussion enter with rhythm stutters, modulated with percussion distortion. Holding bass resolution with static crackle, 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 crackle. Sudden silence before the drop, but deferring a rhythmic action. Heavy kicks and sharp snares driving the rhythm. Aggressive synth leads with sharp modulation and glitches. Layered glitch effects cutting through the mix. Filtered bass fades into eerie bass and ambient noise. Robotic voice, echo voice, system overload. More complex glitch bass patterns with intense modulation. Fast-paced percussion rolls and glitch stutters. Synth lines morph with pitch bends and distortion. Ends with a heavy bass hit fading into static. Ambient glitch textures dissolve slowly. Final whispered phrase, it'll crackle. Low complex glitch bass patterns with intense modulation. Fast-paced percussion rolls and glitch stutters. Fast-paced percussion rolls and glitch stutters. Synth lines morph with pitch bends and dish stutters. Ends with the bass fades into eerie pads and ambient noise. Robotic voice, echo voice, system overload. More complex glitch bass patterns with intense modulation. Fast-paced percussion rolls and glitch stutters. Fast-paced but heavy bass hit fading into static. Ambient glitch textures dissolve slowly. Whispered phrase, it'll crackle. Afterburn captures the system overload. Afterburn complete to system overload. Fast-paced percussion rolls and glitch stutters. Synth lines morph with pitch bends and distortion. Ends with a heavy bass hit fading into static. Ambient glitch textures dissolve slowly. Final whispered freight, afterburn complete.
Deep sub-bass rumble like tectonic plate shifting. Faint crackling, digital debris falling through static voids. Low pass filtered cyber synth slowly opening, revealing rising tension. Robotic whisper, the afternoon is inevitable. About layerized voice traveling through a destroyed circuit. Punching at rapid metallic hi-hats, gradually increasing speed. Back rumble is partially hunted and exploiting ends with sudden silence before the drop. Massive distorted beats, bass bending and wobbling violently. Kick hits like seismic pulses, stamps amps with metallic resonance. Rising and falling silence, civilizing the network's collapsing code. Make chocolates break cycle silence and basses return with double force. Sub-bass LFO sweep slowly, imitating aftershock tremors. Small percussion and atmospheric wink wand-like effects. Aftershock sequence, enduring. More chaotic bass design, bitch crushed to tune growls. Drum patterns alternate between halftime and rapid double time for intensity. Randomized glitch effects cut chunks of the drop like unstable signal bursts. Drones fade out, leaving deep, slow bass rumbles. Final reverberating boom fades into silence as sparks of static glitch out. Last words, transmission terminated.
Whirling sub-bass like an incoming storm. Sparks and static panning left to right as if data packets are colliding. Robotic whisper, firewall online, preparing counter-strike. Slow track beat fades in under glitchy, fire like crackle effects. Layered hi-hats rolling at 1/3 speed with glitch stutters. Sense risers mixed with deep tom hits. Firewall pulse sound effect. Silence for a split second. Drop detonates. Heavy syncopated bass levels 30 but precise. Kick and stereo like system intrusion alert. Central burning tone with distortion. Rising and falling like firewall flames. Entering bars, glitch, pitch, vocal, denied. Bass fades out, replaced by airy synth pads and distant thunder rumbles. Alarm sirens echo in a digital reverb chamber. Even faster drums with tempo, snare rolls and bursts like machine gun fire. Ground bass, rhythm, pitch, bends like an unseeable firewall breaking in uneasy apart. Laser effects sweep across the stereo field. Ends with a deep, booming bass that reverberates into static. Burning like glitch rock fade over soft ambient pad. Final robotic line, mission secure bass drum terminated. Ends with a faded heartbeat kick. Player with the talent card escapes the bass rumbles under sparks glitchy says. Sounding silence in this one along fade and intensifying snare rolls and hi-hat speeding up. Rising cymbals with stutter effects. Vocal chops echoing burn, burn, burn. Brief silence before the drop for impact. Hitting bass with aggressive growls and distortion. Soften the rhythm aggressively. Efficiency stabs burns you with the flow. Rapid hi-hat rolls adding urgency. Undertones, the bass rumbles on the ropes. Minimal percussion with echoing glitch sounds. More complex bass lines with rhythmic modulation. Fascinating glitch textures and fading snares. Single digital hum. Rising cymbals with stereo effects. Vocal chops echoing burn, burn, burn. Brief silence before the drop for impact. Hard-hitting bass with aggressive growls and distortion. From socket style hits driving with records for weak. Glitch, drag and burn, build up as in the burn. That rolls, there's that emergency. Anthems bring snare rolls and hi-hats speeding up. Rising cymbals with stutter effects. Vocal chops echoing burn, burn, burn. Brief silence before the drop for impact. Hard-hitting bass with aggressive drop for impact. Hard-hitting bass with aggressive growls and distortion. And fluffy stereo hits driving the effects for weak. Glitch, dragging, burn, burn up and fluid to flow. Rapid hi-hat rolls adding urgency. Atmospheric paths with silver bass undertones. The bass rumbles on the ropes. Minimal percussion with echoing glitch sounds. More complex bass lines with rhythmic modulation. Bass undertones, distant robotic voice, and the rhythm aggressively. Minimal percussion with echoing glitch sounds. More complex bass lines with rhythmic modulation. Faster snare sequences and layered glitch percussion. Sharp synth leads weaving through the mix. Ends with a heavy snare finale fading into static. Ambient glitch textures and fading snares. Tonal voice, citadel hum, secreting sis. Citadel hum, citadel secure. N.
Soft urban ambient noises, distant hums, tired creatures.
Environmental gauge, drift, drive, where they hit the hi-hats.
Snappy snares and rolling hi-hats increase momentum.
Tells with filters, waves climbing high.
Rising white noise and vocal chops echoing drive, 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 drive. Highs right before the drop from maximum impact. Rolling bassline with a groovy syncopated rhythm. Sharp synth stabs and metallic effects and half a drive. Punching kicks and claps, keep the energy tight. Glitchy fills, sweeping effects, add texture.
Way down ambient pads with subtle urban Rising white noise and vocal chops echoing. Drive. Pause right before the drop for maximum impact. Thick rolling bassline with a groovy syncopated rhythm. Sharp synth stabs and metallic mix enhance the drive. Punchy kicks and claps keep the energy tight. Crunchy fills and sweeping effects add texture. Ambient pass with subtle urban sounds. Whispered voice stretch on loss. Less burn fusion and filtered sensory attention. Bassline thickens with additional growl and distortion. Complex percussion patterns, triple play hi-hats and whistles. Complex percussion patterns, triple play hi-hats and whistles. Complex percussion patterns with triplet hi-hats and whistles. Synth players build intensity with harmonics and modulation. Bends with a filtered bass fade out and echoing effects. Ambient synth has dissolve with distant city sounds. Love to duet, fading away. Just love to duet, fading away. Love to duet, fading away. Just love to duet, fading away.
Soft, atmospheric synth paths like city lights shimmering in the distance. Gentle five-funnel crackle morphing into faint engine rev samples. Robotic voice engage, drift protocol. Warm bass hum starts pulsing slowly like a heartbeat in the night. Tight snare rolls with stereo glitch sweeps. High-pitched dark melodies bouncing between left and right channels. Reverse cymbal swells that feel like a gear shift before acceleration. Momentary silence before the drop. One digital blip acts like a green light. Deep wobbling bassline locked into a rolling groove. Hi-hats giving a drifting side-to-side rhythm. Occasional pit crush bursts as if the road is glitching under the tires. Main synth melody gliding up and down like smooth gear shifts that return with a dreamy night drive feel. Light reverb on percussion creating a wide open atmosphere. Melodic voice whispers, stay in the lane, or break it, or break it. Heavier bass with sharper transient attacks. Subtle glitch fills between every 4 bars, giving the illusion of skipping time. Melodic layers stack until it feels like full acceleration. Final 10 seconds of the drop strip back to just the bass and kick. The engine rev fades into digital distortion. Run melody slows those down like a car coasting to a stop. Ends on a single echoing synth note.
Shrill metal clangs echo in a distant alley. Gritty bass guitar sample filtered through distorts distortion. Melodic announcer, system jam locked initiated. Kick drum fades in with heavy compression like a heartbeat with steel boots. Magic like snare wolf, mechanical clicks, pops, and synchronistic stabs. Baseline begins, revving like an engine about to the red line. Quick starter cuts before the first drop. Massive breakbeat drums with overtrains and snare hits. Some bass rumbles beneath sharp syncopated synth riff. Every 8 bars brief glitch cuts that sound like gear shifts in overdrive. Bass drops outplayed on metallic percussive jazz and static. So gritty bass guitar sample filtered through distortion. Erosion, robotic announcer. Robotic announcer. System jam lock in the shit. Kick drum fades in with heavy compression like a heartbeat waves in with heavy compression like a heartbeat with steel boots. Ratchet like snare wolf, mechanical clicks, pops, and sync with synth stabs. Baseline begins revving like an engine about to redline. Quick starter cuts before the first drop. Massive breakbeat drums with overdrive pops and sync with synth stabs. Baseline begins revving like an engine about to redline. Quick starter cuts before the first drop. Bass drops are replaced by metallic percussive tabs and static. Soft bass rumbles beneath sharp syncopated synth riffs. Every 8 bars brief glitch cuts that sound like gear shifts in overdrive. System jam lock in the shit. Kick drum fades in with heavy compression like a heartbeat with steel boots. Baseline moves into a growling synth and percussive taps and static. Voice center cuts before the first drop. Bass drops out, replaced by metallic percussive taps and static. Load bass rumbles beneath sharp syncopated synth riffs. Every 8 bars brief glitch cuts that sound like gear shifts in overdrive. Bass drops out, replaced by metallic percussive taps and static. Voice drops surges by metallic percussive taps and static. Price drops out, replaced by metallic percussive taps and static. Voice stops. Voice accent rises in the background. Faster tempo feel, double time hats with distorted kick layers. Bassline morphs into a growling synth engine. Distortion glitches spike every other beat, giving a feeling of chaos. That's what the massive snare hitting to silence from one beat. Gradual fade of the bassline into static hiss. Robotic voice in the distance, jam up disengaged. Final deep bass thump closes the track.